then maybe you can say people are looking.
Howdy, howdy.
Hello.
We turned it on just a couple minutes early to give people a chance to find us.
Let us know if you're here.
Yeah, somebody chat
Hello,
and let us
everybody.
know if you guys are here.
Say something.
Let us know if you can hear us. We've never done it this way before, so somebody chat. And we'll get started here once we get a little bit of feedback.
Yeah. Waiting for I'm pulling the questions up now. Thank you guys for asking. These are fun questions. Thank you guys for some of them are really creative and
oh, there's somebody. All right. Hey Ronnie, can you hear us okay?
Okay. And if you have a question that you want to ask, you can still do that now, and I will try and see it.
Okay.
Awesome. Hi, Sandra.
We got, yes, we can hear you. Good to know. All right.
Steve was the one who initiated this. I thought it was fun.
I heard it. It was an idea I got from another person, another pastor that was like, hey, you got to have fun. So there's more people joining every little bit here. So we're gonna keep waiting just a second. We said we'd start at 8.
Mama.
Who's in there? Okay, we got songs by John, Sandra.
Yay.
Hippie.
Like our whole small group is
right.
joining.
Hey.
I like it.
Uh-oh, we just lost people.
Nope, another one. Just kidding.
Oh well. So I hope everybody's doing well. I'm getting
Oxygen
texted like
kids.
crazy.
Hey.
When I tell you guys to message me or chat if you can hear me, I don't mean on my texts. I mean on the YouTube. On the YouTube. So.
Hi, Linda.
Ooh, look. Oxygen Kids said hey.
I love it.
All right, so it's 8 o'clock. So we'll get going. For those of you that are on here, I just want to say thanks for doing this. Really, the whole point of this was mostly to be silly.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of a crazy time, and people kind of run around high stress, anxiety, high emotion, and I thought it'd just be fun to do something a little bit different than what we've ever done. And hopefully you guys will enjoy this too. I'm having fun trying to talk and read the chats that are already coming in. And so real quick, just want to invite all of you before we get going on this, and maybe I bore you to death and some of you click off of here. I want to invite you guys to make sure to join us tomorrow morning for worship. We're going to worship online at 10 a.m. and you can just go to the front page of Payless Community Church's website at paylesscommunity.church. There'll be a link right there that says click here to join us for worship, and our worship's going to start at 10. You can actually get into our online worship before 10 and start chatting with one another. You can see who's in there, and you can greet one another even though you're not together. So when you do the chat, put your first name and maybe last initial, and everybody will be able to see who's in there. So all right, Katie has the questions.
First, Linda, I have to thank you for the question that you submitted. You wanted to know who put the ram in the Ram-a-lam-a Ding Dong. I've been singing that song all day, so thank you. Thank you very much.
If we're starting with that one, Linda, you're going to be very disappointed. I got nothing.
Yep, I thought that was great.
We'll just skip that one and go to another one. I've stayed kind of out of the comments, and so I think I saw one or two on accident, but Katie's going to hit me with these, and we'll see what. Hold on. Okay. Hopefully you guys can still hear.
If you were stranded on a desert island with only one food, what would you choose? And that was from Kate.
Stranded on a desert island with only one food. Man, I love beef, I love steak, and I love Southern barbecue. But right now, I'm going to go with bacon. Bacon.
Really, right now?
I think I could eat bacon at every single meal.
You have bacon.
I don't have it at every meal, but I think
every day.
But that's every meal for I could do bacon. Bacon could be the thing.
Yep. Okay. Yep. All right. So this one is from Amy, and I know you're on right now.
Amy M. We're going to use first name, last initial, just because this is on the internet. So Amy M. Most of you guys will figure these out.
And Ronnie, if your mom's not on, you can let her know Steve answered this question.
Okay.
Amy wants to know, what was the last movie you saw that made you cry?
Oh. I don't cry in movies unless it's like a war movie. What was the one where the dude that didn't carry the gun? Hacksaw Ridge. That's probably the last one that I saw that made me cry. Hacksaw Ridge. I cry in almost every war movie. If there's any kind of military hero thing, that gets me every time.
You just watched that with me, but you'd already seen it.
And I cried again. I cried again. So I don't cry at other movies, but.
Those movies, you don't hide the fact that you're crying when you.
No, because manly men cry at war movies.
That's right. Okay. Oh, I liked this one. This one was from Jill L. And she wants to know what I would say is the most embarrassing thing you have ever done. So it's what you think I would say.
Oh, like what's most embarrassing to you?
That you've ever done. What's the thing that you've done that I would say is my most embarrassing moment?
So many to choose from. I have a tendency or a habit or maybe just a hobby of trying to get in other people's pictures. I'm a serial photo bomber. When people are in groups and they're taking pictures, I like to sneak in behind, which drives her crazy. It embarrasses the living daylights out of her.
Because you don't care if everybody around you sees.
That makes it even funnier. As long as the people that I'm photobombing don't see it, then it's funny. But the worst one, we were at a big ministry conference at a convention center, and there was a business conference going on there too for a completely different organization. And we were walking down a big corridor, and there was like 50 people all in like suit and tie, and they were all being posed for a picture. They had a photographer that you could tell was professional, was up on a ladder with like this super expensive camera, and they were posing for a picture. And I just walked in behind them in the back row. I got there, I smiled, they took a bunch of pictures, and then I walked out, and Katie and a couple of our friends were dying the whole time.
Nobody knew. Like, he stood right next to a dude, and he just stood there all perfect. And
so I wish I knew what organization it was so I could try and see if my picture made it like into some publication or internet. So yeah, I love photobombing people.
Oh, I remember once you did a photo bomb. It was on the Disney cruise, and he walks behind, and the Disney person taking the picture waited for him to get all posed, and then she took the picture. Yeah. Oh, it embarrasses me.
Hey guys, I love seeing you guys in the chat. This is kind of fun. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, the Alfinis. Oh, okay. So I'm going to ask Megan's question now. Oh, I'm sorry. No, sorry. So I'm going to ask Megan's question right now.
Megan.
Yes, because I just see somebody joined. Megan wants to know if you, I'm looking for the question so I can read it. She says she has known a certain person in our church for a long time, but she still does not know why everyone calls him Juice. Do you know why we call this person Juice?
I got to tell you, you're going to love this because this is really good. The story is amazing. I have no clue. That's the story. I think I've asked Juice before, and I don't think I've ever gotten an answer. So
yeah.
That was a bomb on the Ask Me Anything.
That was a great question.
I got nothing on that one either.
I love it. That was a fail, though. You failed.
I should have made something up.
Oh, that would have been fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so now this is, I love this. We actually have two people that actually kind of asked the same question.
Uh-oh.
And so Alex and Deb asked two very similar questions, and I'm very impressed because that means they're actually listening to your sermons.
Oh, and this is good then.
This was from way back when you first started here, and you're kind of introducing yourself. You shared in a message 2 truths and a lie about yourself.
Oh yeah.
And then so 2 of the things you shared were true, and 1 of the things you shared was a lie. And
then I left it for them to figure out.
Right, because your truths were kind of like they didn't know the whole story. And so you said, come to me if you want to know the whole story. So this is what Alex, first Deb says, I remember one of your first sermons, and you said something about being in the back seat of a police car. If so, were you, and why? But then on top of that one, Alex says, he thought he remembered hearing a sermon where you shared 2 truths and a lie, that you got pepper sprayed in a cop car once. Did that happen? If so, share the details.
Okay, so since you asked, I said I would say it. So Deb's question, no, I wasn't in the back seat. I was in the front seat. Alex, it was not pepper spray. It was mace, and we'll just leave it at that.
No, you're not leaving it at that. You said if somebody ever asked you for the details, that you would share the details.
It's more fun.
No.
I got maced in a police car.
Nope. You said you would share the details.
It's not that funny. I was doing a ride along in college for a paper and part of my sociology stuff. And so I picked like the worst night in the worst part of town and did a ride along with a police officer. 2 other guys had their car broke down. 2 other police officers' car broke down. And so we went to pick them up because it was grade forward, dousing the front seat of and I didn't know it was happening. I didn't know it was hitting the front floorboard and getting all over my feet. But then me and the officer that I was actually riding along with, we started choking and gagging. I thought I was going to die. And I didn't know it was mace. So I thought I was just dying in this guy's police car. And then finally the guys in the back just started cracking up. And then the officer I was riding along with
had to pull over.
No, we already pulled over on a traffic stop. And he just used a lot of profanities because he was so mad at the other guys. They were messing with him and me.
Because they were amused.
They've been around mace so much it didn't bother him, I guess. But the other cop I was riding with, I guess it always bugged him. And I'd never experienced it. So, yeah, so I had mace. I literally somersaulted out of the door. When the police officer I was riding along with got out, I bailed out too. And it was funny.
So you were.
I like to use that just to get people thinking. I wasn't arrested. No. That was you.
This is not about asking me questions.
You can nominate Katie for an Ask Me Anything. She can be the next victim.
No. Oh, okay, let's move on. Pastor Steve. Okay, no. This is. Oh, okay. What 3 people that Pat wants to know this one? What 3 people, living or dead, would you most like to be in quarantine with, and why?
3 people, living or dead. So I'm just gonna not include my family. So if you're not allowing me to use my wife and my son, because that would just take 2 boring answers, my family. So let's see. I'm gonna go number 1, Gordon Ramsay. He's my man crush. Yep. First and foremost. Yep. The dude's awesome. Second, he can cook amazingly, so that would be really fun in a quarantine to have someone cooking for you. Number 2, I don't know a specific person, but I'm gonna pick a really bored professional masseuse who just feels like they need to kind of keep their massage fingers and muscles, well conditioned, because that would be great a couple times a day. 3. Who's the third? Gordon Ramsay, a professional masseuse, and oh goodness, I'm running out of ideas. No, I said if I took you and Evan out of the equation.
Okay.
I'll go with because it was my childhood idol, Michael Jordan in his prime. And we could shoot some hoops together. He could give me some pointers.
There you go.
I don't know if that was, the third one was lame, but I really meant the first 2. Gordon Ramsay and a masseuse.
Oh my goodness. Okay. Okay. Wes asked this question, and this is a very
Someone said, "Where's Chase?"
Oh yeah.
He's in Evan's room.
He's in Evan's room because he would bark.
Yeah, he barks at anything.
Yep. So this is Wes. He wants to know if you could have one superpower that is completely useless for fighting crime, what would it be? Pat likes your answers too, just so you know.
Okay.
Pat likes them.
Superpower that does not help you fight crime.
A superpower.
That I could magically assign the caloric value to any food that I ate.
Oh.
So therefore I could have lots more bacon and just make it 1 calorie per pound.
Could you assign that caloric value and give it to somebody else to eat? And it would, because that would be amazing.
I don't think I have enough self-control to do that. But for me, if I could eat whatever I wanted and make him fewer calories.
Okay. Yeah. So has anybody asked any other questions? I'm going to give you one more, and I'm going to look up and see. Okay. What movie? This is Katie V. She wants to know, what movie would you want to live in?
What movie?
What movie would you want to live in?
Oh my goodness, what movie would I want to live in? I don't think I've ever heard a question like that. Right now, all right, this is going to be super cheesy. Armageddon. and I want to be one of the dudes that actually saves the planet from the giant asteroid. And then at the end of the movie, when they're all walking down the jetway or whatever,
didn't that dude get killed?
Some of them did, but not all of them.
Oh.
But I've always wanted to like have that hero. That would be fun. So I'll live in a hero movie.
Okay.
So
we're one you saved.
Or I could be Rambo.
Okay. Oh, if you could eat only one food from a menu. Oh, this is also from Wes. That's from a local restaurant for the duration of this quarantine. What food? Or no, what restaurant would it be?
So I can eat anything from the restaurant.
From the menu. Eat from their menu.
Only for the quarantine, huh?
For the duration of the
quarantine. It's not really
a
quarantine yet, people, but okay.
Yeah. You're here.
I don't know if I could do it forever, but if it's for a few weeks, I'm going to go with Lucky Burrito in Palos Heights. Lucky Burrito in Palos Heights. True. I'll earn points with Evan for Lucky Burrito in Palos Heights. So Linda said City Barbecue. No, Ooh. See, the first City Barbecue ever opened up about a mile from my parents' house in Columbus, Ohio. So I started eating City Barbecue long before y'all did around here. I just said y'all. So yeah, no, it's good, but it's not like Southern barbecue. There's still a difference.
So Jerry, I won't say last name. Jerry just asked a question. If you could only listen to one CD for the rest of your life, what would it be?
It's probably like Boston's Greatest Hits.
Yeah. Didn't you used to sing that?
I used to sing Boston with my headphones on while I was mowing my yard as a teenager. And I don't think I realized that people could hear me singing in my neighborhood, but yeah, I tried to squeak out those high notes. So I'm a huge Boston fan. I love the sound.
Rush, Boston.
I love Rush too, but
yeah. Okay. So this is I think Micah trying to just prepare and get ready. So he just wants to know what you would do if this pandemic, this is from Micah, ends up turning into a zombie apocalypse.
Yeah.
What's your game plan? Where would you go first? What would you pack? And what would be your survival tactics?
Okay, so if this was like a true zombie apocalypse.
If this pandemic
where do I go?
Yeah, what's your game plan? Where would you go first? What would you pack?
Well, I don't know. Pack the essentials. That's not all that fun, though. I mean, just the stuff I need.
What's that?
Some clothes, some food, and some weapons. It's the zombie apocalypse, so I'm definitely bringing some firearms if it's the zombie apocalypse. Where am I going? Okay, this is where like the nerdness comes out of Steve here is, so for about 10 years now, I've been following a YouTube channel of this one dude who like just left the city, left the rat race and began homesteading and learning how to do everything on his own. And he's been making videos for like 10 years now. And that's where I'm going. He's in Oregon somewhere. I kind of know generally where, but he's not going to share his address. I would go find the dude and just say like, I'm your best friend, even though you've never met me. And because I guarantee he's prepared. Like he's probably set to go for everything, zombie apocalypse, anything else you can think of. So if you want to follow my nerd channel, it's called Wrangler Star on YouTube. And I've literally watched this guy for like 10 years. So he's crazy
he's
in
ready
a good
right
way.
Now.
He's super ready right now.
He's not surprised either. So, okay, we got to get into a few sports questions because we actually have several sports questions. Mike wants to know, what is your favorite baseball team? And Mike just joined us.
Oh, so someone else just asked a question.
Oh, I'll look at that. You answered the baseball team.
What's my favorite baseball team?
Yeah, what's your favorite baseball team?
Sorry, I was looking at the chat. Kind of lame. You Chicago people are gonna be like, it's the New York Yankees. But I grew up in Columbus, Ohio. The AAA minor league team for the Yankees was the Columbus Clippers, and the place where my dad worked could get tickets. They had tickets to every game, and so I went to a ton of games, and you saw the players move up to the Yankees, which was fun. And then my grandma lived in Tampa, and we'd go visit her spring break, and then we'd go watch the Yankees at spring training in Tampa at Legends Field. So even though Columbus, Ohio didn't have a major league team, I didn't do the Reds or the Indians. I was always a Yankees guy. But I don't know. Now that I live in Chicago, I kind of would rather have the Chicago teams do well because I think it's fun for everybody down around here. I'm not super diehard about baseball or the Yankees, but
So this was from Kevin. Have you ever seen an Ohio State men's or women's hockey game?
I think they just asked the other question here too.
Oh, so okay, I'll look at that.
Have I seen a men's or women's hockey game at Ohio State? Yes. 1993 or 4 or something like that. Whenever the season started, it was my freshman year at Ohio State, and they did like $5 and the students could watch a hockey game and then go to a basketball game because the arenas were right next to each other, or the basketball game first and the hockey game. So it was a men's game. I liked it. I was a freshman in college and it was fun sports.
It was Ohio State.
I don't have any idea who they were playing. I just remember I went to a hockey game and then straight to the basketball game, or the other way around.
Okay. So this one, another sports related. Delani wants to know
who people are asking more questions.
I know, I'll get him. I see him. Delani wants to know who is your second favorite college football team?
Delani or Delaney?
Delaney. I'm sorry, Delaney.
Delaney.
I'm a dork.
Well, we have a Delani in our life too, so we have a friend named Delaney.
So Delaney wants to know who your second favorite college football team is.
Oh, that's easy. My second favorite college football team is whoever is playing Michigan. And I wasn't supposed to say that word out loud in this house, but I wanted to make sure everybody understood. So whoever's playing Michigan is my second favorite football team.
College football team.
Yes.
And then Susan wants to know if, and she repeats if, you did not cheer on our Buckeyes, who the team in the Big Ten would be that you would cheer for.
So it was our Buckeyes. So that's a Susan M. All right. That's okay. So if I wasn't cheering on our Buckeyes, what Big Ten team? Probably I'm kind of like an underdog guy, which is weird because Ohio State's never the underdog. But if I wasn't,
now everybody's going to start clicking off.
They're all going to leave. All of our watchers are going to leave now. I love like the underdog story, so I'll pick Nebraska because Maryland and Rutgers stink, but they're East Coast. I'm not an East Coast guy. Like Nebraska's like good old down home American people. And they stink right now at football and basketball. So I'll cheer on Nebraska. And Jerry that one. Yeah. You can say that was for you too, even though I said it before I thought of you. But you're a Nebraska guy too. So
okay. So now she says same question, but for a non-Big Ten team.
No, I could cheer for a non-Big Ten team.
If you weren't cheering for the Buckeyes, non-Big Ten.
I don't even know if they have a football team because they're a small college. But I would go with. UC, so the University of California system, UC Santa Cruz, because their mascot is the banana slugs. So, like, I hope they have a football team. I've never really looked it up. I just know that it's the UC Santa Cruz banana slugs. And how awesome would that be to, like, have all of your gear be like a banana slug as you're wearing hats and shirts and cheering, like, go slugs.
Would they be really slow? Their track team really
That'd
slow?
That'd be awesome. Banana slugs are where it's at.
Okay.
Here's another question.
Can I ask Janet, Kevin, and Shay?
Oh, somebody's a jerk in here, Caitlin. What are your feelings toward the October 20th, 2018 Purdue versus Ohio State football game? My feelings toward that are that there was this wonderful, wonderful family that invited my family to go watch the Ohio State Buckeyes play. My son will never watch it. He won't even watch it on TV anymore. That was such a miserable experience. I just remember a great family that I could spend time with.
It's a wonderful day. Okay, so Janet, Kevin, and Shay, and
Karen. Do you
Karen.
still believe in Mitch Trubisky? Hey, he's from Ohio, so yes, he's going to make a comeback somewhere.
Can I ask my question?
Sorry,
now?
I'm enjoying the chat questions
here. Okay. If you could compete in any Olympic sport and be great at it, what would you pick? Any Olympic sport.
If I could compete in any Olympic sport?
Jerry Kruzik didn't like your answer either. Oh, man, I keep saying last names.
You stink at this.
I'm really bad. I'm sorry.
If all of you guys get your identity stolen. I'd love to play some of the team sports. Like I played volleyball in high school. That'd be fun. I'd love to, but you got to take all those out. I want to do the trampoline. Have you ever seen the trampoline? It's amazing. That trampoline is where it's at.
You're such a
Olympic trampoline.
Okay.
Look up when you get off of this, look up a YouTube video, Olympic men's trampoline, and tell me that you can't see me in a leotard doing that.
Okay. Anyway, Megan's getting mad because we keep talking about
Who's
sports.
Megan?
Megan.
Which Megan? Megan M?
Yes.
Oh, come on, Megan.
So if you had a reality TV show about your life, What would your theme song be?
Oh, that's a horrible question to ask a person who can't remember names of bands.
How about you guys give some ideas?
Or names
what would
of songs.
be a good theme song?
Well, I already said Boston though, and so I'll just be so. Listen, I'm gonna stick with Boston.
I like that.
Synchronized swimming.
Yep, I like that, Joe.
Nice. Synchronized swimming. Synchronized? What am I talking about? Oh, my band, my theme song, Boston, because I still love the sound of Boston. And like, I stink at song names.
Can't Stop Believing. That's a good one. Brian.
More Than a Feeling by Boston. Like half the lyrics would be cool for me. The other part about when I see Marianne walk away, no, my Marianne didn't walk away. So like half the song would be awesome, but that, yeah, and I don't know, it'd be Boston because I can't think of anything else because I stink at song names.
So not creative. We'll get some. You guys share.
What's the song that says "I'm a loser, baby, so I don't check on me"? I don't know. That's the only other one. I don't know. So.
Okay.
We lost a viewer on that one.
Yeah. No, you didn't. Okay. We have one serious one. Q from Florida.
Mm-hmm. Oh, this is a buddy of ours from Florida.
To know who your favorite contemporary Bible teacher is.
Oh man, taking it serious here.
He's serious.
I thought we were doing silliness.
I know.
Contemporary like Bible teacher.
Susan's trash talking right now. Yes, thank you. That's awesome.
Someone's trash talking in here.
Yep.
I'm gonna go with R.C. Sproul. He just passed away a couple years ago, I think. So I'm gonna count him as contemporary because he was part of my life. I just like his voice. Like he just had he was actually a smoker. If you guys know anything about him, he smoked, so he had that like weird raspy like smoker's voice, and he was just this really clear, easy for me to understand kind of theologian. I liked his stuff. So I will say R.C. Sproul because I like the sound of his voice. And he laughed at his own jokes. So
I'm trying to see if there's any more. Somebody thinks you should be a downhill skier. Yeah. You've just seen him try to snowboard once. It was not pretty. It was hilarious.
I got a better shot at the trampoline, I think.
It was hilarious, but throw burrito. What's that?
Throw burrito. That's the.
Yes, that's the best game ever.
Who's throw burrito? Yeah,
Jim.
Yeah. We played that a while ago. That's a great game.
Oh, he wants to know Catan or throw burrito. That's from Jim.
Well, plus
it's kind of a full contact sport.
It is. It's
yeah.
Yeah, I had bruises last time I played.
Yep, you were hurting for a couple days.
Throw burrito. That's a good one.
Yeah. All right.
Are there more?
We only have a couple more.
Because we've been on for 28 minutes.
Okay,
so
we'll be done.
I can't believe people are still watching.
I know. You guys are awesome. That just shows how much we miss each other and we like spending time together.
You did say ask anything. Yeah, I did.
Yep.
Say ask anything.
That was great. Okay, so let me see. Wes, that question was just silly. If Joe can paint a house in 3 hours and Sam can paint a house in 5 hours, how long would it take them to paint the house if they work together?
What?
That was Wes.
Okay, so I'm going to say the color is green.
Oh, okay. Yeah. There you go.
Yeah, I don't know.
All right.
You got any more in there?
All right. No. Anybody else have any more questions?
I said we've got a lot of people have stuck in it for almost a half hour, and Linda says, "Or we have nothing better to do." Thank you.
Wes, you're goofy. Yes.
Makes me feel really good.
Yes.
Do you have any questions you want to try and put me on the spot with?
Oh yes, there was one. Oh, so was there possibly? What's the dumbest thing you've done this week?
The dumbest thing I've done this week?
This week, yeah.
The dumbest thing I've done this week probably happened today.
Oh, what was that?
So at Christmas, I got an awesome knife sharpener, and I sharpened my big chef's knife like a little while ago to a beautiful like mirrored razor's edge. And today I picked up the knife to wash it off, and somehow I dropped it before I got it to where I was going, and it landed on this hand. See that? Yep. I actually had to call a doctor at Payless, so you guys will know Dr. Isla. We'll just say that. And she walked Katie and I how to super glue my wound closed. Because I am not going to the hospital right now.
To get stitches.
It's like a slice.
But it's big.
But it looks worse than that because that's all like blood stuck in dried super glue. That's what that is. So, and that's just going to be there for a while. So that was really, really dumb. But I did it right in front of my son, and I don't need to apologize for anything that came out of my mouth, which is a win in and of itself because I dropped a giant chef's knife and it right there. And just started going everywhere.
And yes.
So yes, that was the dumbest thing I've done in a long time.
Kate has some good advice. Stop playing with knives.
Stop playing with knives.
That's right.
I was cooking.
2 more questions.
I was cooking.
If you could travel anywhere in the world, where would you go? The pandemic is over. The borders are open. You can go anywhere in the world.
I love water. I love like snorkel, scuba, that kind of crazy blue water, Caribbean kind of thing. So probably something like that, but it wouldn't just be the place, it would be the method. So I want to be like on a catamaran, like a private small catamaran, kind of doing my own thing. So yeah, that'd be fun. That's what I'd like to do.
That'd be fun. Okay. Brian wants to know, what's your favorite church that you've been a pastor at and why?
Oh, come on.
Oh, actually, that's Deb.
That's Deb.
That was Deb. What's your favorite church you've been a pastor at?
Man. Yeah. So obviously Payless Community Church. No, seriously, I would say probably like Payless Community Church. I just feel like, as a full-fledged adult pastor, but I also had a blast. I worked at a church called First Press in Bakersfield, California, and I was doing youth ministry.
You weren't a pastor.
I wasn't like a pastor there yet, but that was an awesome church, awesome experience, like incredible community. That was a really neat time for us too. That's when we adopted Evan and had a huge group of people that were kind of around us for that. And so I loved, I would say those two have been like, just not that all the other churches, like something wrong with them, but if I got to pick a couple, like youth ministry, part of my career would be First Press Bakersfield. And then kind of a pastor, that very different role would be here. I have to agree, but honestly, and I'm not being silly just because you guys are all watching, this is, I think, the first church that we've been to where we really feel God is calling us here for a particular purpose and season, and it's I think
fun.
Maybe we understand why we're called. The other churches, I felt called to them, like, yes, this is where you should go, but nothing more really beyond that, where this one was a little more crystal clear in that respect.
Yeah, so it's fun.
What's your favorite Christian artist? Oh, man, I don't listen, honestly. Pastor doesn't listen to Christian music. I don't listen to many Christian artists. I listen to a lot of worship songs, though, like a bunch of the different worship bands that are out there. And I'm really liking We the Kingdom right now. I'm liking The Belonging Co. But those aren't like artists. I mean, maybe they think they're artists. I see them as worship bands. So that would be right. You born on the right day. Do I share a birthday with you, Mike? Maybe I share a birthday with you. Yeah. So
cool.
Who made the pretty painting behind you?
Oh, yeah.
My mom did that. So funny story. I don't know if I'm allergic, but the strong scent of lilies actually triggers migraines, like high maintenance. I don't know. But I love lilies. I've always loved lilies. And so my mom, when my dad retired, I hope my parents aren't watching. I don't know if they're watching. When my dad retired, my mom started taking like art classes because she's like, I need something to do. And she painted that field of lilies because I can't actually have live lilies in the house. There's a big one, and then a smaller one, and then a small one. And that's me and Katie and Evan. And that was her
And then she said all the
it.
Other lilies are the people that.
And there's a Bible verse on it too.
Yeah.
You can see the little writing on the little corner. It says, consider the lilies. And that's from scripture. So why is faith, not fear, the best response to this crisis? Oh, now you guys are getting deep. Why is faith, not fear? Well, because that's the best response to everything. A lame answer, but that's what that is. What's the dress code for church tomorrow? Well, if you're alone, I don't care.
Okay, so tomorrow I want to do, because we'll have chatting. We're not doing everything tomorrow through YouTube.
No.
There'll be a separate link on our website, and it'll take you straight to it. But there's a chat option there. And so I want to shout out to everybody who's in their PJs.
Yeah. So tomorrow we're going to all worship together. So a few minutes before 10 is when the video will start playing. You'll be able to actually see the video play in the video window. It'll be open though, like 20 minutes before. So like at 9:40, you can enter in using that link that'll be on the front page of the website. And then you'll see a chat bar and you don't have to log in, but you can chat. You can welcome each other. If you put your like first name, last initial in the chat, people will then be able to welcome you kind of knowing who it is. It'll be almost like we're at church and we'll see people in there.
Wes wants to heckle you over the chat.
Wes wants to heckle me. I'm not going to be paying attention to the chat, so tough luck.
I will. I'll be there through the message.
Yeah, so you can do that through the front page of our website, Or it's also, if you want to just write it down, it's paylesscommunity.online.church, and that'll take you in, and you can get in there like at 9:40, 9:45, and the service will start at 10, and we'll be able to worship together. So yeah, if you're alone, you can dress however you want. If you're with someone, you should probably think of them, but hey, jammies are totally okay. Anything else in here?
I just put that
pajamas,
website in there. Coffee.
Coffee's the dress code.
Yep.
Please live stream that sermon and let us heckle over chat. Hey, if any of you guys have any problems with our online worship tomorrow, because we've never done this before, so we think it's going to work. We're told it's going to work, but we've never done it before. So if anything happens, just know and feel free to pass this message along. We'll still upload the message like we do every week. It'll be uploaded to our YouTube channel, and it'll be linked on our website. So if something happens and your computer freezes because like the internet at your house stinks, or because something in the service that we're using actually goes haywire, know that at least the message will be up like it always does. We were going to do
YouTube, but we wanted
How long is the sermon? Long enough. It's appropriately long. Sheesh.
Anyway, we're going to do YouTube with the whole message, but we wanted to do some songs. And if we did songs, then YouTube, even though we have the license, we upgraded our license so we could live stream them. YouTube will stop our thing because they won't acknowledge that we have the license.
There's some churches that are live streaming YouTube, and maybe they found a way around things, but we didn't want to risk it and get copyright strike and get our video removed.
No problem, Pat. Thanks for joining us.
There's another one in here. If you could live in any fictional world, where would it be and why? I'm going to end this here pretty soon because it's been 37 minutes. Let's see. Hold on. I need to wet my whistle. You guys see that?
You're such a dork. Mine
fictional
is
world.
Better.
I don't know why I read that because I don't have a good answer for it. Smurfs.
Yes.
I always wanted to live, like when I was a kid, I watched the Smurfs. I thought it was so cool.
Gargamel?
No, I would be a Smurf.
Oh, what Smurf would you be?
Preacher Smurf. I don't know.
Preacher Smurf.
I just thought Smurfs were cool. I've always been intrigued by like little things. So like little teeny Smurfs living in mushrooms. That was
Trampoline Smurf.
No. Olympic medalist trampoline Smurf. All right. Hey, you guys could probably still sit here for hours and ask me weird questions, but I just want to thank you guys for joining us. It's been fun. And I think you guys should nominate somebody. We can try and figure out how to do this for someone else. If you want to know why she was actually in a police car in the back with like arrested kind of stuff, like to the police station, you might want to nominate Katie. But let's
fun. Hey, I guess I'll have to preach someday to share that story.
I hope that we'll see you guys all tomorrow, worshiping together. Even though we can't be together physically, we can worship together online, and we can chat with each other. You can chat while I'm preaching, and I won't know it. So there you go.
Sarah says she's late to the party, but she threw out another boiler up.
Oh, come on. Yeah, well,
Wes, I agree.
All of you late to the party, you should now go back to the beginning when it gets archived on YouTube and watch the entire 38 minutes. That's what you should do. It'll make you feel better.
I agree, Joe.
So, all right. Hey, I'm going to sign off. Hope all of you guys are doing well. If any of you need anything, if you know of anybody at our church that needs anything, please get in touch. I'm not going to throw numbers out over the internet, but get in touch with me, any of our staff, any of our elders. Look us up, find us, and let us know. We want to be able to help. So, yeah, thanks for coming in, guys. We're going to end it now. We love all of you guys, and we're looking forward to worship tomorrow morning.
Yep.
Bye-bye.
Bye.